man, could I have married somebody hotter than her? Could I have married somebody with a better body than her? Yes, you always can. Deciding who to marry can honestly be one of the most difficult decisions you'll ever make. So in today's video, we just want to open a dialogue and share our personal experiences and hopes that it will help you not only make the right decision, but also feel confident and comfortable with who you choose to marry. If you're new to our channel, my name is Raekwon.
My name is Frayli.
And we post videos every week documenting our experience and our journey of establishing a healthy, intentional family. So if you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button and also click the bell. That way you're notified when we upload every single Friday.
We got married after 9 months of meeting each other. It was a very difficult decision for us, but today we just want to share our experience with you on how we knew that we were the one for each other.
Before we get started though, we do want to clarify that we are not professionals, so we're not offering advice or counsel. We just want to share our personal experience. Everybody's situation is different. We figured that the best way to do this video today would be to do like a his versus hers experience, where I will share my experience about finding the one and making that decision. And then she will also share her experience and we'll kind of interject. So I will start. This is probably the most important thing that we will say. Nobody is perfect, and honestly, I don't think there's a such thing as a perfect match. I think we have to set the right expectations for marriage, and I think that's why a lot of marriages fail, perhaps because there's this wrong expectation is that this person's going to perfectly fit me in my life. They're gonna make my life complete, and that wasn't our expectation. So what I was expecting from a partner was potential instead of perfection. So there's a saying, we don't marry perfection, we marry potential. What that did was it just allowed me to look at the right things. So I wasn't looking for somebody who already had amazing communication skills. I wasn't looking for somebody who had their goals perfectly lined out and they were
perfectly
exactly, or had the best personality, because I wasn't like that. So how could I expect that from my future partner? How could I expect that from her when I wasn't perfectly organized myself? I had so many problems, so many bad behaviors that don't mend well with marriage. I had so many character traits that I wanted to improve and build upon, so many skills that I wanted to learn. So that's so important, and that was so important for me, was having the right expectations. Instead, I was looking past all of those little, flaws on the outside and looking inside her character. What are her goals? Where does she want to end up? We talked about that all the time. Like, I would ask her, like, where do you see yourself in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? And, where do you want to be when this life is over? Now, if we had different goals, if she would have said something like, I don't want to have children, I don't want to, have a stable career, I don't care about my health, that's different. Those are fine. I'm not going to judge anybody for that, but that just shows me that this probably won't work out because we're going to be going in the different directions.
Right.
But instead, I knew that we were going in the same direction, and as we both improve personally, we will get closer and closer together. So that was the biggest thing. It's like, okay, I don't expect her to be perfect. I know she has weaknesses. I know that there's things that she might do that might get on my nerves or whatever, and that's fine. That was totally fine for me.
Which is true.
Another thing that I was really interested to find out was how she solved issues. Not like I was testing her, but like I was kind of just watching how she responded to life's challenges. And
that was like one of the bigger differences, because I don't grow up with solving issues. So when we met, solving issue for me was really difficult. He helped me to be able to share with him what bothers me or things like that. So he know that I am willing to work through it, that it's not only that I avoid it.
Right. I saw that she was willing. If there was personal problems in her life, I wouldn't try to force her to do anything, but I would just watch and kind of see what she would do on her own. And that gave me a lot of comfort. Like, I was able to say to myself, okay, if she's willing to overcome these challenges now, that attribute hopefully, won't change. I know she's somebody who's willing to work through problems the right way and not just give up or quit on life. So that was the biggest thing, the expectations that I had for my partner. Her values and core beliefs were really, really important, because people change. Like, people change all the time. So I think a lot of times we have that expectation that, oh, I need to find the person to marry that fits perfectly because they're never going to change. And I don't think that's true. I think we change all the time, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But with core values, you can know that a person isn't going to go too far from their values. I hope that
Right.
makes sense. It's like, if I believe in honesty,
Uh-huh.
if that's like a value that I have, odds are I'm not gonna one day wake up and just become a polar opposite and just be a complete liar or a complete, dishonest person.
Which people have a lot of fear. We always have that thought that, oh, what happened if they cheated on me, or what happened if that person is aggressive. So those fears will always be there, but just not allowed to happen, and
Yeah.
to
And-
have those values also.
And I think with that, I think that's why dating is so important, dating the right way, because we were able to put ourselves in different situations and different experiences that helped us to see who we really were. So, for example, I need to see how she is on all different realms of life. How is she in her workplace? What is she like around her friends? What is she like around her family? How does she do in group settings? We made sure we put ourselves in those situations. It helped me to find out more quickly. We didn't feel like we needed to wait 4 years of dating or 5 years of dating and 1 year of engagement. We literally dated seriously for 8 months, got engaged, and 1 month later we got married. So that was really, really
Yeah.
important as well. We moved past the surface level stuff quickly. We talked about, how many siblings do you have? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Blah, blah, blah. Simple things that most people who date talk about. We covered that, and then we moved quickly to the deeper stuff. We started talking about our upbringing, what kind of experiences we had as children, how our family dynamic was, what are some of the most challenging things we did overcome, and we found a lot of similarities. We both had overcome a lot of different challenges that were unique to us.
That really helped me to know your side too, because you will never hear me speak about myself until you open up to me. So that is really important, that if you are dating or looking for the one, you will be willing to be open to that person, so that person will be also open to you.
Right. There was days where we talked for like 3 hours straight about really deep, important topics. We were vulnerable, and it was so helpful because I was really able to see, like I said before, who she was at the core. We didn't start off with a sexual connection that can sometimes blind us. I was able to just make that decision based on who she was as a person. Okay, so those are kind of like the main points for me, but I know you guys really came here to see her.
So the way that I knew that he kind of was the one is the way that he speak to me very boldly, very openly, very friendly, and he give me trust. So I really trust him from the beginning. And something that he said early on is that he opened up to me, that I will be open up to him. And that really helped me to share with him who I really am. Getting to know his family is helping me a lot, because in Spanish we say, como trata a su familia, él va a tratarme a mí. Y it's like the way that he treats his family, he will treat me. And I remember that when I first met him, I text him like, can you bring your family? He said yes, and we went kind of like in a day with his family, and I really love them, and I really see the way that he treats his mom and his sister. So I really want that in my life, and that is why I knew that he was the one. My husband, I don't know why, but I always say my husband had to be smart and work hard. And I think it's because my dad, my dad worked really hard construction, and physically, you never think about that. Even if you really want the person to be attractive, it's not something really important, because at the end we will be old, or
Right.
who knows what can happen.
So that brings up a point. That's something I want to touch on. Is like, I think the role that looks play are very important at the beginning. It's very dangerous to base who you marry off of only looks.
Right.
Because if that's the case, you're always going to have that grass is always greener perspective, and you're always going to have that doubt. Like, man, could I have married somebody hotter than her? Could I have married somebody with a better body than her? Yes, you always can. But I didn't choose her for that.
Right. One of the things that I knew that he was the one is the way that he was interested on me. And it's not that I was challenging him, like, oh, you had to gain me over.
Win me over.
Win me over.
She was.
Nah, it was about of comprehension, of understanding. Sometimes I was crying or having a difficult day, and he was really asking questions which it was showing me that he was really interesting and that he cared about me. When we were talking and I say that, hey, I don't like when you do that or when you say that, it was like uncomfortable for him to know, like to feel attacked, or it was uncomfortable also for me to share because you don't just want to make the person be angry.
Feel bad, yeah.
But the way that he cared and listened about what it was annoying to me, that make me feel that he is a person that wants to progress always, and that is the number one thing that developed my trust in him, because I know that okay, he don't want to learn Spanish now very seriously, but but I know that he will in some point. So let me don't take this point serious. So even if it's not a big deal for me, I know that I can trust him in the future.
There's certain things that other people do that bother us as individuals. You need to observe their willingness to get better and improve. Sometimes that might require seeking help. Like,
yes,
we both have unique backgrounds, and there was, obviously some traumas in our lives. I was observing her and trying to see how willing is she to fix those things and work and improve. And that was satisfying enough for me. If I saw that, okay, she might have a quick temper. I'm just giving an example.
Mm-hmm.
She might have a quick temper. How willing is she to work on that? And that is what gave me the peace.
Right.
Because I know that she will continue to get better. Now, if she would have said, that's the way I am, I'm never going to change, that would have been a red flag, and I probably would have, broke things off.
Walk away.
But we saw it. We physically saw the improvement. We even had a few weeks of like a couple therapy session. It was kind of weird because we were just dating, but we paid for a therapist to sit down and talk to us about relationship issues and things that we had observed throughout our past and things like that. And that was so powerful because we both showed each other that we were willing to learn and improve and overcome our weaknesses.
And that love is a choice, that it's not something that we always will feel. It's a choice that we have to do day by day, like choice of taking care of him or a choice that he has to take care of me. So that was really important to know that love is a choice. One of the biggest questions that I had is in fear, it was if he would change, and that was really difficult for me. So as we date and as we spend time together, that showed me that I can really work with him as a partner, and that showed me that he was the one as well. I know that I can also trust to his family and he can trust in my family, and yeah.
I don't think you will ever be 100% sure. I don't think you will ever come to this point where you perfectly know that this person is exactly right for you. You will always have those questions, you will always have those fears, but the most important thing is, can you trust that person to continue to be better, continue to improve? Are they humble enough to accept their weaknesses, accept when they're wrong, learn? Do they want to progress? Do they want to make changes? And are they? Can you actively see them making progress in their life? I knew she was willing to work hard to be a better person. I knew where she wanted to go. I knew her goals, and I saw her making those steps going in that direction. I was also doing the same. As soon as we got married, it felt right. We knew it was the right thing to do. It was the right time, and here we are. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been perfect, for sure. We've had our ups and downs. We've made a lot of progress, but that's the point. That was our expectation. We knew marriage was going to be hard, and that was, in fact, one of the positives about it, because it allows us to grow. It allows us to become our best selves and puts us in a situation that we couldn't otherwise experience. That's all we have for you guys today. We hope you enjoyed this video and found some value in it.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like, you can comment below if you have any question for us.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell to meet us back next week. See ya. Thanks.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.